Hi guys, today I have a favorite drugstore powder. So I kind of set it into different categories for you guys, and I'll kind of explain that as I go along. So first up, powdered, like compact powders. I have to go with the new Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and also my Revlon Nearly Naked. I'm in the shade Light for the Nearly Naked, and in the Fit Me, I'm in the shade 220 Natural Beige. So the Revlon Nearly Naked is a pressed powder that comes like this. It's very, very sheer powder. It's just kind of more of a light setting powder to go on top of your foundation, but it kind of just gives just a hint of luminosity to your skin and makes you look very flawless, and just kind of sets the makeup really nicely without giving way too much added coverage. On the other hand, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, this gives a ton of extra coverage onto your skin and also makes your skin look very flawless and poreless. I absolutely love this powder. It's really becoming one of my top favorites. I just recently got it about 3 weeks ago, and it's already one of my top ones that I reach for in my drawer. So absolutely love this, and especially if you're a matte girl. I mean, if you're an oily girl, you need this in your life. Okay, for loose powder, one of my favorite ones that I've been using since high school is the Airspun by Coty. I know a lot of people, like my girl Sam, Sammy from Samantha Riley, say that this smells like old lady, quote unquote. I really like the smell of it. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a little flowery smell. I understand where she's coming from. So if you don't like smells, this probably wouldn't be for you, but I absolutely love this powder. It works miracles, just kind of setting your powder on top. It doesn't give a flashback in photography. I did take a modeling when I was in high school, and one of the powders that they recommended for our photo shoots was this one, and that's one of the reasons that I've been wearing it since high school, was because they recommended it to me in modeling school, and since then I have been using this puppy, and I always have it. It's like $10, but it comes with a ton of product that lasts you a lifetime. Back in the day, they only had translucent, but now they actually have ones with different kind of undertones to them, and I use the one with the yellow undertone, which is naturally neutral. So I think they have a pinky undertone, the translucent one, and the yellow undertone, which is this one. So depending on your needs, it does come with a big powder puff, but I always take it out. It does have a little sister on it, and I just kind of spill it onto the cap. This is also a great powder for setting your under eye. It works like no other. You can actually like pack this underneath your eye, do your makeup, and then kind of brush it off, and you get a lot of added brightness without that cakiness underneath your eye, and it looks absolutely stunning. One of my favorite all-time powders from the drugstore. Another one that I absolutely love for setting my foundation is the NYX Mineral Set It Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder. This is another loose powder that is absolutely awesome. I'm in the shade Light Medium, which is more of a yellow undertone. They have different undertones to this one, and I feel like they have quite a few different shade ranges, as well as a translucent as well. Another very nicely finely milled powder that just kind of works as an awesome setting powder. This really is a great dupe of the MAC setting powder, and let me see what the MAC one is called. The MAC one is just called the Select Sheer Loose, but I feel like the NYX has a little bit more coverage, like a little bit more of color than the MAC one does. I feel like this one adds a little bit more added coverage to your skin, and I'm spilling it everywhere. So I absolutely love the NYX one. It does a awesome job, especially for my oily to combo skin, of keeping me nice and matte, and then also setting my powder as well without looking cakey or like overly done as well. As far as shine control and kind of touch-ups, I really like the Neutrogena Shine Control powder. This is a great kind of white powder that is just for shine control. You just kind of use a little brush, kind of tap in a little bit, and then just buff it into the areas where you're oily, and it really helps mattify your skin. You can do this before you leave the house, or you can just kind of travel around in your purse with you and kind of just set those oily kind of areas as the day goes on. So really enjoy this. And last, for under eye area specifically, Really love the brightening powder by Sonia Kashuk. You kind of have to have a light hand with this because this is one of those powders that kind of like the Laura Mercier. A lot of people compare this to Laura Mercier brightening powder. This is kind of like a dupe for it. It has a lot of sparkle and glitter kind of in it, which helps kind of reflect light underneath your eyes. But I feel like the Laura Mercier has a little bit more tinier little sparkles than this one. But both of them kind of reflect really a lot with flash photography, so you can get that white kind of undercast look in underneath your eyes, which is not very flattering. So you have to be a little bit more light-handed with this. I kind of like using these powders more for every day and not for when I know I'm going to go out and people are going to take pictures, because of the fact that you can get really that flashback. So those are my picks from the drugstore as far as powders. I'd love to hear which ones are your favorites or which ones you'd love for me to try, or if you guys want any review or demos on any of these, let me know and I'd definitely do that for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing, and until next time, bye guys.